Hello everyone, Shay's Creations here, and I made a video and then I had to, you know, throw it in the trash. I said, no, we're not going to do that. I kind of realized something today, and I thought maybe that some of you were doing the same thing. One of the things that I have always done for many years is cut out a lot of drinks that I add into my budget. First of all, I'm low income. Second of all, I'm a senior. Yes, I'm 55. So that makes me a senior. And then on top of that, I live on Brokeville Lane. So there you go. I got three reasons right there. But then I have fibromyalgia. I suffer from fibromyalgia. I suffer from gout. I have neuropathy. I have everything, even arthritis. The blessing is I take ashwagandha, sea moss, black seed oil, burdock root. I take it all, boys and girls. So I'm maximizing my health with herbals. But that's not what this video is for. This video is for frugal living because I started going to the Salvation Army to buy me some 99-cent dresses. And I'm not ashamed to say the dresses are 99 cents. They're beautiful. Some of you have even seen the dresses. So I go and I use my smarts because they have three different colors that day. And I choose only the color that's 99 cents. Now, I may see something that's 50% off or, you know, I'm not getting that. I'm not even looking for that ticket. I don't even want temptation to take over. No, I don't want that. So I also do something else that helps me. If my budget, let's say my budget is $20, I'll take the 20, I'll go in the store with 15, but I want to come out with at least $2. And I noticed that that $2 concept is helping me because even when I went to get my money order this afternoon, I went in there with full hopes of making sure I got my money order, but I wanted $2 in my hand when I came back. And yes, I did. I stood there and I was like, because usually I'm like putting the whole money in the money order, but I said, no, I need to come home with $2. So I actually think I came home with $2.50, but still, that is all I have to my name, if you really want to know the truth. I also had, before I went to get my money order, I also took my money out of my savings envelope because what's the purpose of me saving that if I have this large bill with interest rate on it that I need to knock down? The interest rate right now should be my priority. So therefore, I took what little I had and combined it with my my coins that I took out of that can that I think you should see. I wasn't even thinking about that, boys and girls. I bought this can some time ago to give to someone, and it's basically a birthday can, something I don't know, um, a man's can, put it that way, and it's a piggy bank. So I purchased it for someone, and the person never ended up getting it because they didn't come when they were supposed to come. So it is my can now. What I actually do is I take change and I put it in here. So now what I'm gonna end up doing is refilling this can with change, and then maybe once a month take it and put it into a money order. I'm gonna do that. Another thing that I've done, I've always been the type of person that can eat a meal with just meat. Now, a lot of you have families, so I'm not speaking to someone who needs three pieces like the starch, the veggie, and I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you are the family that is needing to cut the budget and basically want to provide something of nourishment and still save, you can put a one pot wonder together, put the pasta, the meat, the cheese, whatever together and make one meal. Or you can get, like I do, I get the big thing of ground beef, put it up with some onions. You know, sometimes I even put vegetables with it, and that's my meat. But I kid you not, my stomach has been doing so great since I have been cutting down on some of the foods I've been cutting down. The thing is, I don't actually know what it is I cut down to help my stomach. Now, when I say help my stomach, I don't mean my stomach is shrinking because, to be honest, I think my stomach is getting larger. But what I mean is all of the gas that I had, all of the flatulence that I had, all of the upset stomach, all of the nausea. That's what I mean. Now, I know the scale is fluctuating up, up and down. I do have Graves' disease, which is the thyroid that causes you to gain weight. I do have that, and I don't use that as an excuse. I'm a grinder, so I'm in here, working out when I can. And plus, I walk because this is my bedroom, and that's my craft room. This is the living room. So I actually forced myself to come in the living room today. Why? Because I don't sit in the living room. And today I realized that I had a living room set for 2 years that I didn't even sit on. So I said, I'm going to start coming in my living room and just entertain myself. I'll probably turn the TV on and, do what I got to do as far as my crafting is concerned. But I have cut down on a lot of the add-ons to the meals that I eat. Another thing that I noticed I did in the hopes of just not going to the corner store, I stopped buying the chips that I was buying all the time. I was getting them, delivered in the mail. Now, I kid you not, I think it's time for me to have some onion rings. I usually order a case of chips every couple of months. Try to treat myself every couple of months so I can still have some form of reward. I am not going to put myself on restriction because I'm financially embarrassed. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is treat myself the way I deserve to be treated, with love and compassion, which means I'm not going to overdo it on processed goods. I'm not going to do it. Now, when I made my meat yesterday and I had the onions and the peppers in it, that meat felt, no. I had the ground beef, I had the peppers, I had onions, and I had cheese. And I called it a cheeseburger in a bowl. But when I ate it this morning for breakfast, I realized it was a Philly cheesesteak in a bowl because the peppers and the onions gave it that mmm. So when I make my next beef, I'm going to make my next beef and it's going to be in the version of a Philly steak without the bread. Now, I'm dying for some bread, boys and girls. I'm dying. Now, I did get a phone call a few days ago, but said person had to leave town. And he called me. He was like, I want to bring you a sandwich, from his job. And he makes the best sandwiches, by the way. But I don't think I want that sandwich. I think I want him to bring me something else that from his native country, and it's not native, something that they have, and it's like lamb and all this other stuff with this rice and this white sauce and all this other stuff. So I'm leaning towards that. I haven't had rice for some time. I have about maybe 5 or something big bags of rice in my deep freezer. And I really would like some rice. But the reason why I haven't had rice is because when I eat rice, it makes my bottom half grow. And when I say my bottom half, I can't fit my underwear after I eat a couple bowls of rice. So, and then on top of that, when I eat rice, I can only eat about 3 tablespoons of rice anyway because the rice fills me up so fast. So not having rice can be somewhat of a restriction for me, but it also benefits me because I'm not getting that crash feeling when I'm taking a nap. You know what I mean? Another thing that I did in the process of being frugal without trying to be frugal, it was more or less a health benefit. I had to, oh shoot, ah, oh, why did I just make me a coffee? The first coffee of the day, 8 o'clock at night, and I didn't remember my coffee. Oh my goodness, that coffee's good. And I made it with regular coffee, about this much coffee, and about this much of my milk that I did the glasses. But you didn't see me do that because I threw the video away. Anyway, one of the things I did was I cut out making my coffee for breakfast, and I cut out having coffee for lunch. The number one reason is I find myself using coffee as dessert. There is no way I can logically say I'm having a cup of coffee when I have more cream or in my coffee than I do have coffee. So we're going to keep it on the real and admit that coffee is a dessert for me. That's all it is. And if you go to Starbucks and you buy those coffees, you got that sugar, that cream, that all that. That is dessert, boys and girls. Coffee is coffee with just maybe one sugar and the nastiness of having no white anything in it. So there we go. I'm glad we understand one another. Boom! That's great. So another thing I did, which I wasn't trying to be frugal, but it lands on the real root of being frugal. I don't drink predominantly a lot of my budget for food. When I go food shopping and I sit down and I look at what I have, I can actually say I have food. So one of the things that I'm going to make a change with, this is going to be a strange change for me because I don't eat cereal. Now, I used to love cereal, little here, little there. When I was younger, we had no choice. It was what we had on the table sometimes. So I stopped eating oatmeal because oatmeal just bloated me up. So oatmeal is definitely not what it used to be. So it's not as healthy as people think it is. So maybe if you have the rolled oats or the other kind of oats, but the box with the sugar, there's no way I'm gonna buy that. Now that is my favorite. We're gonna keep it funky. That's my favorite, but I'm not ever gonna buy that anymore. I realized doing a lot of research that Aldi removes a lot of the no good stuff out of their goods. So just say I wanted to buy a box of cereal. If I looked at the box of General Mills and I looked at the Aldi, 9 times out of 10 there's one or two ingredients, and possibly three that's not in it. But I can't eat any cereal that General Mills makes because there's an ingredient in that cereal that causes me a massive amount of pain. So what I'm going to do is try to see what cereal I could buy that does not come from General Mills. Now, I don't know which one it is in Aldi, but I've purchased about 23 boxes of cereal from Aldi, and every last one of them I had to give away. Every last one. But I'm looking to add some form of cereal, just maybe one. Now, I've never had any issues with Raisin Bran, but I necessarily don't want Raisin Bran. I don't want to buy something that has sweet in it when I'm working on removing the sweet from my diet so that I could more or less stay on the grind of eating my protein to allow me to get a certain place, as far as my health is concerned. And that is one of the things that I am really thankful for. I did a major, major change with how I eat, how I shop, and everything. And thank you, Coral, for that. Because Coral, when I first started watching the meals she was making, I'm like, oh. Sometimes I was like, oh, I would never eat that. And then turn around one day, I say, you know what? Let me try. And I would make that and make that. What? I'm like, can I get some more? So I wish I could go to Coral's house for just the weekend and just eat like 3 meals. She'd be like, you want to come sit on the porch? No, I want some more food. Next. But anyway, I'm loving it. So I have never in a million years imagined myself eating green peppers. Oh, wow. So yes, I have green peppers. And I was thinking tonight for dinner, I might scramble an egg. I'm going to have to figure out maybe how to fry an egg. Fry the egg, then cut off the white. Throw away the white and eat the yolk. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to have to do because, I get violently ill eating eggs. But I'm allergic to eggs. But I normally just make the egg and eat it because I need the protein. But I don't use eggs for protein anymore. I use ground beef for protein and some chicken. So, and now my next thing I'm going to try to do is buy a whole chicken and see what I can do with it. Now, I'm not going to tell you no tales. It's hard for me to deal with meat, cutting and all that other stuff. Oh, that is a process that I probably won't be able to manage. But I'm going to buy myself a whole chicken and see what I can do with it. Probably put it in the oven, season it up with some herbs, and bake it. And maybe I can eat it. Now, the part of the chicken that I don't want is the breast. So that's probably why I would not want to buy a whole chicken. But see, there's something that confuses me. Now, there are certain people that devour a chicken thigh. They got to cut the fat, all that in the chicken thigh. But if I'm going to buy a whole chicken and I'm going to cook the whole chicken, then where is the cutting of the thigh to get all of what you have in the thigh? Where is that? But if I'm frying the thigh, I'm trimming it in and going all in. And so I'm trying to figure out, if I'm not doing that for this, why am I doing that for this? So in my mind, I say, if I can't do this for that, then I'm not going to buy that. That's how come I don't buy chicken whole chickens. And I have bought a whole chicken from time to time, but I never ended up cooking it because I could not imagine me cooking it with the knowledge of knowing I didn't go inside and, clean it up. Now here it goes. They're playing the music again. I have no rights to the music. And this is why I had to move from a craft room, because the room is hot, because I had to close the window because of the restaurant around the block. And now I'm in the living room where I normally don't sit. I open up the window. The breeze is beautiful. I'm not having a hot flash, but now the music is there. And guess what? You cannot put that music on your channel, having no rights to the music. You get a copyright and all that stuff. So there goes them again, making me have to trash another video. So, but we're going to keep it going. I have done another thing, but this I did not because I didn't like the juice, but because the juice contributed to a lot of pain. So I had to stop buying juice. And this has been a number of years when I found out that juice contributed to fibromyalgia pain. So now let's say I'm speaking actually about frugal living, but just say you have fibromyalgia and you are constantly in pain, you don't know why or whatever the case may be, and you say, okay, I'm gonna just try something just once, maybe one time. Try not buying any juice. Get yourself a couple of boxes of tea, whatever flavor. Some of those teas have multi flavors of tea. Then you take those teas and you boil like 4 tea bags, like I've shown in a video or two, and then you make a pitcher of tea. If you get yourself accustomed to that, and then write down how much you saved buying the juice. If you see the juice and you know you're going to buy it, write it down. See another juice you was going to buy it, write it down, and don't buy it. Come home, the money that you saved, if you have a bill that's recurring, which means your rent, your lights, your Wi-Fi, your whatever, pay it on that, pay it on that, pay it on that. Watch and see if you end up seeing exactly how my nickels and dimes roll over to help me benefit where I need to benefit the most. Those are good ways to accommodate some of the spending. And on top of that, one of the reasons why, and I kid you not, this is the truth, and you already know how I get down. One of the reasons why I started putting extra money on extra this whatever was recurring is because there were people in my life that used my availability and my kindness as a weakness, which means, oh, do you have this because I need this? And I ended up with nothing. I didn't complain. I didn't ask for it back. I didn't do any of that. But I did sit down and cry many nights, realizing that if I was on the street, not one of them would have taken me in. And if I was on the street, maybe 1 or 2, possibly 3, wouldn't have had anywhere to take me. And then if I said to myself, if I was on the street, it was 1 or 2 that wouldn't even thought about taking me in. So why am I absolutely, and I'm going to tell you something else, and I am thankful. I realized that I have bipolar disorder. I have it all. And I do know I deal with the voices. I deal with everything. I cry. Sometimes I just can't get it together. But I noticed that a lot of people call me for this, and this. Or is it just basic stuff that you would have to pay someone else for? So a couple of days ago, my phone rang, and this person needed all this information. So I basically said, I need a consultation fee of $50. Oh, no problem, whatever. So then I'm telling you, when I say I helped. This was very good information. Then turned around and said, oh yeah, I will. And the day. And the next you know, either today or yesterday, the phone rang. and the person needed some more information. So I said, well, I didn't get the $50 payment that you were supposed to send me. Oh, I'm gonna send it. I said, oh, okay. And then, then I left that alone because I'm not gonna play in the sandbox, right? So then next thing I know, the information was needed. So you know what I said? Oh, but you know what? I really don't know that right now. Maybe if you go online, you probably can find what you need. And then I hear it on the phone. And then guess what I did? But anyway, you go ahead and handle your business because I got to go back and do what I was doing. Bye. And put the phone down. I was at a social event when this very kind person said to me, you need to charge a consultation fee for your time. And I'm looking at her like, huh? And at the time, I was helping a numerous amount of people and they was asking me questions and I'm like, and then I realized what she meant, and what she meant is absolutely true. So therefore, my time is valuable. Now, stepping into my time is valuable, I'm going to tell you something. And I love my YouTube channel. I don't earn from my YouTube channel. One of the things that brought me the most joy was when I had my crafting on my YouTube channel, because that is what I wanted my YouTube channel to be, my crafting. Then I went with my stats to one of the sites I forgot the name, or maybe I don't want to put it up here, who knows. And it turns out my YouTube channel, the main part that is progressing is my frugal living, my whatever the case may be. So I had to do what absolutely felt like I was chopping off my wrists, and I had to stop crafting on YouTube. So of course I stopped crafting on YouTube in order for me to give my viewers what they were asking for by their views, their likes, their comments, and their subscriptions. Now I also sit down and see where me benefit from having a YouTube channel, even though I'm not earning right now, because it gives me an outlet on my life. It gives me a process that gets to make my day enriching, and it gives me something to look forward to. All of that is what I benefit from YouTube. So it's great. Now, at this current time, I'm actually financially embarrassed. I don't have anything extra to live on. If my daughter was in an emergency, I couldn't help her. If I lost my apartment, I wouldn't have a nickel saved to get into a hotel, motel, not even a roach box to sleep in if I lost my apartment. A couple days ago, I realized, after getting my moving packet, after finding the address where I could move, after finding out that my insurance would be $330 cheaper than it is now, after finding out that my electricity would have been included in my rent, after finding out everything, I realized I couldn't move. One simple detail, because I ended up bestowing kindness to get someone something that they didn't pay for, and now my credit is FUCKED, what if that's spelled right. So now I have no choice but to do the right thing and make the right choice of paying off something that it was agreed upon that I would use my social to get it off the lot, out the warehouse, whatever the case may be. Corey, you understand. And now I have to pay it. And I realized I am going to pay it. Why would I not? There's no ifs, ands, or maybes about it. The problem is I can't make any of the payments right now, because right now I'm paying off 2 loans. Now I could say, okay, I'll knock off one and then knock off the other, but I don't have that option, because one is due and one is due, which means they both have to be paid simultaneously. I have no other options. So now I looked into my stats, which I really don't like to go into looking at my stats, because guess what? I'm not trying to make YouTube a job. Because guess what? I may be getting a paycheck today and then all of a sudden I don't get one tomorrow. God forbid, if I was to make my channel into crafting again, I would starve. I wouldn't get anything. Look what I'm going through now. So you understand what I'm saying, right? Now I'm going to say, If you like what I'm bringing to the table, I would like a subscription. That's it. If I don't get a comment, I don't get a comment. If I don't get a like, I don't get a like. I need the subscription in order to earn a paycheck. So if you happen to feel I bring to the table what is worthy of being aired on your device, I think I deserve to be part of a subscription because that's the only way I'm going to earn a paycheck. Now, I have seen people absolutely say YouTube only pays me $250 a month. But does anybody in their really, really, really right mind know what $250 a month would do for me? Does anybody really know? Because I do. I know what $250 would do for me. It would do a whole lot. And I'm sorry. I promise I'm sorry. I don't like to hear people say ungrateful behavior when it comes to money, especially when you earned it. It's so hard sometimes. And when I hear people chat that way about money, I just move myself from and I remove the video from my thing. And if I'm subscribed, I just unsubscribe because I can't hear someone that's working, doing an honest job, earn $250 and say YouTube only pays me. Are you serious? You know what somebody who doesn't have access to $250 would do for $250? And I'm telling you, I need $250, but I am not, and I refuse to go out there and get $250 the best way I know how to get it. So I'm only asking, and normally I wouldn't ask because I don't ask people to like and subscribe too often, even though it's part of the program. You ask people to like, you ask people to subscribe, but I'm only asking because I removed my crafting from my YouTube channel. And I'm strictly leaving it to frugalness, but I'm dealing with a situation right now. I may end up in court, so I'm going to leave certain things on my channel because someone did tell me I need to put my stuff on my channel to protect myself, and I am. But I'm going to ask one thing. If you feel I'm bringing anything to the table, I need a subscription. And if you are subscribed, and you're not watching my channel, then you don't really need to be subscribed unless you're liking, commenting, or something that's going to benefit me. The reason why I never even bothered to do something like this on my channel is because I don't want to make it to get a paycheck and then turn around and lose the paycheck. And what if at that point in time I don't have my roof anymore? That's one of the things I didn't want to deal with, why I was going to leave YouTube altogether. But my doctor told me, he said, no, you have to you have to finish, you have to stay with it. Because my doctor saw my channel, he's like, wow. And I'm like, ha! So I'm like, and anything. But anyway, I'm going to leave that alone because I don't feel like crying anymore. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. So I'm actually happy because many of you have seen this missing tooth I have in front of my mouth, but baby, my teeth ready. Tomorrow, mama gonna be happy. I might be able to buy me a steak and go crunch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really happy because this has been a long journey for me to get my teeth done, and we're making so bad. I need this tooth pulled out, which means the partial that they're gonna fix for my bottom. Which all of these teeth you see here, I was born with those teeth. What you don't see is what I'm missing over here and over here. But all of what you see here is I was born with. All you see here, I was born with. I'm missing this tooth right here. And tomorrow that tooth's going to be filled in, boys. But my teeth are so pretty. Ooh, they're so pretty. Oh, my goodness. I am so happy. You may say, wow, how can somebody be so happy? Honey, let me tell you something. If you don't care about your appearance when it comes to opening your mouth, then something is wrong. You will never understand where I'm coming from. Now, you will never see me put makeup on my face. I love myself. And I love myself the way I came into this world, boys and girls. And that is barefaced and beautiful. You're not going to see me put no hair on my head unless my daughter get little, but 9 times out of 10, you will never see that. My nails are growing, so I don't know if I'm going to keep chopping them because I'm taking these collagens and my nails are just growing and I'm sick of it. My hair is growing. I'm shaving my scalp like 3 times a month now. good grief. But a part of me feel like I may just have to just let my hair grow now because I can't keep my shoulders hurt, shaving off my head. And I'm not going to pay $25 for somebody to shave my scalp. Absolutely not. Now, I'm not one of those people that say, oh, I can do this myself. I can do this myself and strip someone else from training, paying for a class, and giving a service that is going to provide food for their table. That I'm not that type of person. I cannot stand to hear, and I'm not saying that there's something I won't do, like cook for myself instead of going to a McDonald's, but we already know I have frequently ate from McDonald's and I came home with very, very bad stomach. Just recently someone mentioned on the computer when they went to McDonald's, they went home, they had violent bowel issues. So I do know, and I do want a cheeseburger. I kid you not, I would love a cheeseburger from McDonald's, but I can't eat McDonald's anymore. And not only that, I personally know that even in the realm of being convenient, McDonald's is not cheaper than what I could put on my own stove. So it has nothing to do with me not wanting to eat from McDonald's because of finances or I don't want to serve, none of that. They will never go broke before I would. And whatever I can get from McDonald's, I cook myself a meal that would treat me much better. So there goes that. Now, Taco Bell. I used to love Taco Bell, but I got violently ill quite a few times eating Taco Bell, so I can't eat Taco Bell anymore. And then I noticed something. Although I love Taco Bell, I can only eat probably a little bit of whatever's in my hand at that moment, but all the rest of the stuff I can't eat. I can't buy a drink from Taco Bell. The drink automatically inflames my skin. I recently took myself to KFC, boys and girls. I haven't eaten KFC in years. Have you even? They don't have that salt in their chicken like they used to. A friend of mine, probably watching this channel, used to work for KFC. So I understand a few things that a lot of people may not understand, but KFC's on the mark now. I can eat me some KFC, but the reason why I won't eat KFC frequently, unless I was absolutely famished and I had to, is because I can eat cheaper on my stove. And the money that I save, I actually do sit down and say to myself, okay, I could have spent $15, $16, and if I do save that, it's going to a bill automatically. Because boys, let me tell you something, boys and girls, when I get finished with these 2 loans, I'm debt free once again. And when I become debt free once again, I understand the dynamics of what I'm going to have to do. And at that point in time, I hope my rent is fixed. And if my rent is fixed, I will not be doing predominantly anything outside of my cards and my YouTube. That's it. I won't be going outside doing none of the other stuff. And then I was outside today and I realized, I could have really went outside there. I could have put my table out. I could have did this, and guess what? I can't do it. I don't have it in me to do it. I don't want it bad enough. And I actually don't need it bad enough. And the reason why I say I don't need it bad enough is because I got my lights paid already. I have my rent paid already. I have my Wi-Fi paid already, and I got food in my refrigerator. And I got clothes on my back. If I was missing any of those, trust me, I'll be outside with a table, lined up with all my goods, and I'll be trying to get it out there. But I can't put myself out there knowing that I have a lot of things I'm fearful of. And then there's people saying to me, well, you should try. Yeah, but when I try and I break down in the street, they're going to take me straight to the hospital, and they're going to have all my stuff stolen on the table. So I can't do what people think I should do because I should try. No, I can't try. I have tried already, and I know that there's some things I cannot deal with outside. Like when I was in the lobby this afternoon, I went to the mailbox. I should have never went to the mailbox at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I should have known better, but I wanted to put the money order in the box. And when I did, there was a kid in the lobby just running from all, and I started just going, and I'm looking, and I couldn't even catch myself, and I'm in the elevator panicking. Why? Because I can't even imagine a child just flying like that, just running, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I know you think I'm crazy. And he was like, no, why would they let the kid run like that? You don't let, and so some people understand the dynamics, and it doesn't matter that it's a child. Children should not just be running and jumping like that inside dwellings. That's what the park is for. That's what the backyard is for. Inside of a home, no, there's a certain dynamic of ethics that come inside when you are inside a home. Just imagine going to someone's house and you're having a social gathering and you see the kid just running all over, running into the wall, into the door. And if you think that's normal behavior, then you're not the person that I need to be talking to, because that's not normal behavior. You can go into a certain dynamic of people's homes and you will never find that. You'll probably find a child sitting down playing with an educational book, tracing some letters, some numbers, that type of stuff. But all that run up and down like this, no, no, jumping on the furniture, shoes, and kicking up, and you will go into some people's home and you'll see a dog and a cat. You won't find that cat in the kitchen, and you sure as hell not gonna find that dog on nobody's furniture. But then you have some people who treat the dog better than you treat the family member. So it is what it is. And I have no qualms about anyone how they raise people in their home. I have an anxiety. I have an anxiety. There's certain things I just can't deal with. And that's why I'm in this house. And I've recently learned something else about myself. Now, I've always been an inside person. I used to go outside and stuff, and I realized I was outside with the wrong people, because if anything happened to me, they were not the right people for me to be with. Plus, I noticed another thing about me. If you're the type of person that would co-sign me doing something that I shouldn't be out there doing, that I don't want you as a friend. And I'm not going to say, well, you shouldn't have made me do this. No, baby, you didn't make me do it. You helped me do it. And that means that if I would have went to jail, you wouldn't have been putting no money on my books. And I don't want to go, because I'm allergic to prison anyway, so I can't really go with you anyway. There goes that. But I noticed something recently. I was so happy in here. So happy. Mr. sit right here on this thing, watch TV. I'm in there cooking the table. I was absolutely, my body, my mind, my spirit, my soul, I had a routine of something normal. And I didn't have it for so long, I didn't realize. I was by myself so long that I was like, I don't need this, I don't need this. And then when I got it, I realized what I needed and what I wanted. So I'm not looking for that now, because I still love the person. But what I notice is that I'm getting back into the kitchen. I'm getting back into a routine. I'm not, my mind is not so distracted on what if, or did I do something wrong? Because at one point I was like, what did I do? I didn't yell, I didn't scream, I didn't curse. Maybe I might have said, a little word here too. But I mean, I wasn't doing the disrespectful. I was none of that. I was basically worshiping and catering. So what did I do wrong? Then I realized that I know exactly what I did wrong. It was too many yeses and not enough nos. Oh! Boom! So there goes that. I'm going to end my video now, because I don't want to take this video to another place where that place is not welcome right now. But I've noticed something. Oh boy! Now I know. Oh, if I didn't sit here, I would have never figured it out. Oh boy. Now, these lights here are solar lights. And this box belongs hanging close to the window where the sun would charge the lights. And I'm wondering every single day, why are my lights not coming on at night? Someone was here and they moved the thing off the thing. So tonight I won't have any lights on this wall, but tomorrow I will, because I just found a freaking box. And now I'm gonna figure out how to put this box on that wall. And guess what, boys and girls? I found a thumbtack. I found a thumbtack in my room. So I'm going to get the thumbtack and I'm going to put this right there on the wall so it can catch the sun. So every night I could turn the light off. Now, I do have some lights. I'm not sure if you can, no, you can't see it. I do have some lights and they already lit up. I don't know how those lights are lit up. Those lights came from Temu, and they have Amazon's rechargeable batteries in them, but they've been in there for months. And I'm looking at the batteries, so I know they're rechargeables because they're my batteries, but they've been in there for months, boys and girls. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my channel. Have a wonderful day. And like I said, if I'm bringing anything to the table, please subscribe to my channel. I am trying to earn now, because I see that this is the only way I'm going to earn. You see those right there? That's not going to make me earn. Now, I do have someone, about three people who want to sell cards. So I'm not going to go into none of that. That's not nobody's business, and that don't have to do with me. What I'm trying to do is earn for myself. You don't know what a person would do when they get what they get from you. So, and my thing is, I'm basically trying to say you need to purchase from me if you want to sell my cards, and then you go out there and do your cards. But no, I just want to take some cards, and so it's a level of maybe it will never happen because I don't think I'm going to let someone take advantage of me. I'm not that dumb.